Spain is much more than it seems. It has an incredibly rich culture with great food, entertainment, and traditions, and is one of the biggest leaders in switching over to renewable energy.
The geography of Spain is incredibly diverse. The northern part of the country is dominated by the Pyrenees Mountains. The highest point in Spain is located in the Canary Islands on Pico de Tide at 12,198 feet or 3,718 meters above sea level. The interior of Spain is a high, dry plateau surrounded and crisscrossed by mountain ranges. Rivers run to the coasts, creating good farmland. Still, the interior of the country gets very hot in the summer and very cold and dry in the winter. Droughts are common. Plants and trees grow so well on the northwestern coast in Galicia and along the Bay of Biscay that the area is called Green Spain. Rain, trapped by the mountains farther inland, is frequent. Beech and oak trees flourish here. Numerous coves and inlets break up the coastline. The southern and eastern coasts of Spain, from the fertile Andalusian plain up to the Pyrenees, are often swept by warm winds called sirocco winds. These winds originate in northern Africa and keep temperatures along the Mediterranean coast milder than the interior. Spain's diverse environment allows for a variety of natural resources to be farmed, including iron ore, coal, and copper. There are 3 different climate zones in Spain due to its large size. However, you can generally expect a Mediterranean climate, characterized by hot, dry summers and mild, rainy winters.
An extremely popular event in Spain is what's known as the running of the bulls. A running of the bulls is an event that involves running in front of a small group of cattle, typically 6, but sometimes 10 or more, that have been set loose on a course of a sectioned off subset of a town's streets, usually as part of a summertime festival. Particular breeds of cattle may be favored, such as the Toro Bravo in Spain. By far, the most popular event of the running of the bulls is the one in Pamplona. The Pamplona en Serio is the most popular event in Spain and has been broadcasted live by RTVE, the public Spanish national television channel, for over 30 years. It is the highest profile event of the San Fermin Festival, which is held every year from July 6th through the 14th. The first bull running is on the July 7th, followed by one on each of the following mornings of the festival, beginning every day at 8 a.m. Among the rules to take part in the event are that participants must be at least 18 years old, run in the same direction as the bulls, not incite the bulls, and to not be under the influence of alcohol. On the same days, during the running of the bulls, in Pamplona and other places, the 6 bulls in the event are still those that will be featured in afternoon bullfighting. This exciting event is enjoyed by all citizens of the city. Alright. Religious freedom is guaranteed by the Spanish Constitution. The religion most practiced is Catholicism, and this is highlighted by important popular festivals such as Holy Week. Other religions practiced in Spain are Islam, Judaism, Protestantism, and Hinduism. As a highlight of the dominance of Catholicism in Spain, the Sagrada Familia is a one-of-a-kind temple, for its origins, foundation, and purpose. Fruit of the work of genius architect Antonio Gaudí, the project was promoted by the people for the people. 5 generations have now watched the temple progress in Barcelona. Today, more than 135 years after the laying of the cornerstone, construction continues on the basilica.
Of all the sports in Spain, football is by far the most popular. Spain's national football team has won the FIFA World Cup once, and has also been successful in the UEFA European Championship and the Olympic tournament. The biggest success achieved by the national team was the historic treble winning of tournaments in a row: the UEFA European Championship in 2008, the FIFA World Cup in 2010, and the UEFA European Championship in 2012. The men's national teams of Spain in all categories have won a total of 26 titles in FIFA, UEFA, and Olympic tournaments. Football also plays a major part in the everyday life of Spanish children. Every town in Spain has a football pitch and team, and indoor football is also played in sports centers throughout the country. Spanish children learn to play football almost as soon as they can walk, with the most promising players being snapped up by the major clubs and coached from an early age in football schools. While it is mainly children that play in these organized leagues, adults also form groups and form their own football clubs.
With a constitutional monarchy, an elected head or hereditary monarch is the head of state, but not a sole source of power. A majority of constitutional monarchies have a parliament system where the monarch is the head of state, but there is a prime minister as head of government. Spain is indicative of this very much. The current political system in Spain is based off of the 1978 Spanish Constitution, which came into place after the country's transition into democracy in the late 1970s. Following decades of military rule under General Franco, which ended with his death in 1975, the country moved gradually to a multi-party democracy and is classified today as a full democracy, ranking 19th on the Economist Democracy Index. The political system in Spain is a parliamentary monarch, with the ruling monarch serving as the official head of state and the prime minister as head of government. The current ruling monarch is Felipe VI, King of Spain. He has been king since 2014. Alongside him is the current Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, of the Spanish Socialist Workers' Party. The layout of Spain's provinces closely follows the pattern of the territorial division of the country carried out in 1833. The only major change of provincial borders since that time has been the subdivision of the Canary Islands into two provinces rather than one. Historically, the provinces served mainly as transmission belts for policies enacted in Madrid. As Spain was a highly centralized state for most of its modern history, the importance of the provinces has declined since the adoption of the system of autonomous communities in the period of the Spain transition to democracy.
Spain is the current world leader in switching over to renewable energy. They have launched an ambitious plan to switch its electricity system entirely to renewable sources by 2050 and completely decarbonize its economy soon after. By mid-century, greenhouse gas emissions would be slashed by 90% from 1990 levels under Spain's draft Climate Change and Energy Transition Law. For many countries, such as the US, only 11% of total national production is renewable energy, while Spain has 43.1%. While Spain has mostly been focusing on utilizing solar power, they also have been using wind power. This overall switch from non-renewable energy to renewable energy has caused their climate and environment to improve greatly within the last 5 years. While Spain may be smaller than other countries, it makes up for its lack of size with its incredibly rich culture, food, entertainment, and traditions. In addition to this, Spain's groundbreaking developments in the renewable energy field show that they are not just rich in culture, but rich in knowledge too. These factors, along with their ability to manipulate renewable energy, makes them one of the world's most successful countries?